Most Detroit Lions fans and fans of the NFL outside the Detroit area feels that it should be a make or break year for Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn, but I don't really see the urgency to really acquire or bring in talent to really upgrade the Detroit Lions. So let's talk about it. We back. Motor City Sports Talk. We in the building. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And yeah, when I say urgency, like ain't nothing really moving. Right now, each day that goes past that a guy like Jadeveon Clowney, Everson Griffin, Larry Warford, they stock is dropping further and further down, and you can get one of them for a good 1 or 2 year deal. That's team friendly. And my whole thing is from Bob Quinn, he ain't trying to upgrade none of his talent right now. I don't know if that had something to do with the coronavirus or not being able to contact or get physicals about the players, and maybe they trying to wait until Detroit or Michigan open back up. But right now they need to be trying to take advantage of getting some of this talent out here and upgrading, because in my opinion, this should be a make or fire year for them. If they don't reach a certain, plateau this year, if they don't really, max out at 8-9 or in the playoff run, they should be fired. And it don't seem like they trying to put a winner on the field. It don't seem like they trying to cover all their spaces. It don't seem like they being proactive enough. They trying to seem like they being content where they probably waiting for injury to come, or they waiting for another veteran player to get cut where they can add them to the team. Right now, you can go ahead and get you a few Pro Bowl caliber players right now that can help you upgrade. And it just don't seem like they being proactive in the market right now. And that could be for a few reasons. One reason could be they could be waiting for a next wave of veterans to get cut, and they can probably see they probably trying to see they can get an upgrade at a certain place at a discounted price. If Denver cut a player, or Las Vegas cut a player, or New York cut a player, they could be waiting for that. Two, they could believe they set at every position, which I see a lot of positions that's questionable out there for them, but they can feel like they set and they good to go. Three, Martha don't want to spend some of that $20 million, $30 million in cap space, and Martha not clearing them to put the best, winner out there on the field. But right now, there's a lot of guys that can cover some holes. Right now, the defensive line look a little bit scarce to me. It look a little bit light. It look a little bit thin. And I think I'm not the only one that see that. You can't count on the rookie from Clemson or a practice squad player, the guy PJ Hall from Arizona. You can't count on, year two players. You can't be just counting on rookies and year two players to get the job done. And that's what the Lions really counting on happening. Because you should know what you're getting from Jamie Collins, Trey Flowers, being healthy this whole off season. You know what you're getting, from, certain players on the defense, and offensively, you know what you're getting. But for all the players you know what you're getting from, you don't know what you're getting from, Big V, to be honest. You don't know what you're getting from the interior linemen, the rookies, Stenberg and Jonah Jackson. You don't know what you're getting from them. Danny Shelton, you don't know how much he got to give. If he had something to give, New England wouldn't have let him get out of New England, especially for no $2.7 million. So I feel like they should be trying to add as much as they can. You don't know if Julian Okorie gonna come in coming off a leg injury. He gonna come in and make an impact. If you can get some of these dudes at a discounted price, and maybe they waited for the price to go even lower, but I think they're at the point where, they'll take a contract just for the security. I think a lot of these players rather be get on the team before, some of those surprise cuts come, like they cut Mike Daniels last year, and, some of these other veterans that could be coming. The Lions got an opportunity to really, pro up and really secure their chances at, winning the division. You plug in Larry Warford on the interior of that line look a lot better with Warford, Big V, Ragnow, and Taylor Decker, whoever win the left guard or the right guard starting spot. It looked beautiful. You go ahead and put Deshaun Hand and Danny Shelton on the interior. You can go out there with Trey Flowers at the end, and you add an Everson Griffin, or you add a Jadeveon Clowney on a short-term deal. You basically playing with house money if you Bob Quinn. Because if you fuck up this year, you know what I'm saying, your ass is grass. Excuse my French. So if your ass is grass, you're not worried about next year or the year after next. You worried about putting the winner on the field. Instantly, that give you a beautiful defensive line. You need a backup defensive tackle, even though Marcel Darius, he been missing since he been in Jacksonville the last couple years. Hey, you're not asking him to come in here and be fucking Ndamukong Suh or be nada. You just asking him to come in and compliment Danny Shelton and help him out and run in run stopping situations. And, you know, if he still can rush the passer at this point, you just asking him, can he do, you know, he can just make spot plays. He's 30 years old. He ain't old. You know? You know, you looking at the safety position. Do you really trust Harmon? You really trust Eric Reed? Harmon was a guy that couldn't even get on the field other than special teams for the Patriots. Hey, you can add Eric Reed, a guy that's a missile, a guy that can match what Tracy Walker do. They both can cover in man coverage. They both can bring the wood. Hey, you know, Michael Kendrick. Hey, you got, you know, Davis. Michael Kendrick can run a little bit too, and he fast. Depending on what happened with his situation with his inside traders, you know, his white collar crime. Hey, you can get him for the cheap. Nigel Bradham is still out there. You got a plethora of cornerbacks. Drake Kilpatrick, Denard Darquez from Michigan State. You got offensive linemen out there like Cordy Ginn, Calvin Beecham, Jared Van Deer. You know, you're just waiting for another team to be interested. Right now, you can actually upgrade a lot of different spots, and if other veteran players become available, you still should have money to fill in those other spots. But it just don't ever seem like the Lions really have a go-getters mentality. Their mentality doesn't match Detroit. Detroit is a city of hustlers and go-getters by any means. The Lions have never had that attitude, and most of our sports teams have never had that attitude. You know, they still want to go with that blue-collar factory worker attitude, and that was cool about 20, 30 years ago, but that's no longer the mentality of Detroit. Detroit is a hustler's fucking city. By any means necessary, we got to get it. And until our sports teams, you know, really put that effort, until the owners really put the money behind the team, and they really try to go out there and put a winner on the field, Detroit is trying to put a winner at the field at the cheapest price. That's basically what it's been, other than the Tigers when they did with, you know, Cabrera and Prince Fielder, you know, and the rest of them. Other than that, most of these teams been trying to be real scarce and put a winner on the field. We need better ownership. We need owners that want to go out there and put winners on the field. We want owners that's going to allow the general manager to go out there and spend. Not put the team in a bind, but that's going to go out there and help us out, you know. But I see a lot of upgrades out there, and I don't see the Lions' name thrown in any of them. And in my opinion, that's not good. I think they believe that they set. And my whole issue is you depending on a lot of year 1 and year 2 players. You know, what if Tavai don't develop? What if Jonah Jackson or Stenberg ain't ready to step in at guard? You know, what if Okuda ain't ready to step up, which I believe he is? What if Hockenson don't make the jump from year 1 to year 2? Remember, a lot of this offseason may be virtual. You know, you may not get the physical practices. You may not get the classroom time that you need to get, the one-on-one time. So you banking on a lot of young players this year to produce in an irregular offseason. That ain't good. Even in the regular offseason, the Lions under this regime hasn't been able to develop players like Tease Tabor. They haven't been able to develop him. You know? He gone. Jared Davis is another guy they haven't been able to develop. Laken Tomlinson, even though he got drafted by Mayhew, they couldn't develop him. So they should have a nice little blend of veteran players. I mean, even think about bringing Mike Daniels back if he's healthy. That defensive line is very, very thin. That offensive line is very, very questionable. You really can't think you're going to go out there and plug 2 rookies in with a quarterback that got a fucked up back and think you're going to be successful. Playing New Orleans front seven, playing, Chicago front seven early on. Going to Green Bay with the Smith brothers, and Darius and Preston Smith. Look at the defense you playing early on. Arizona, they improved defensively wise. This year you're going to see Patrick Peterson. You think you really about to go out there with 2 rookie guards in a tackle from the Philadelphia Eagles that was abused in the NFC East when he did play? Be my guest. Upgrades out there. Bob Quinn need to go out there and make a play before other teams do. But hey, Motor City Sports Talk. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, response to your video question. Want to make a donation to the channel? Cash App, PayPal, description. The best way to donate is to share the video. Appreciate the love, support. Let me know what you guys think about kind of lack of or not being proactive in free agency. We gone.